Bala Gokulam. And this is my absolute favorite. Bala Gokulam, let me tell you what that means. Bala means youth and kids, especially younger ones. And Gokulam means a place where you can learn through fun. So Bala Gokulam is a place where we are able to teach kids in a fun environment. It is a Vedic cultural Sunday school, and we teach youth from 5 or even younger to 12. We teach them things like yoga, games, storytelling, and much more. And I've been part of Bala Gokulam since I was 5 years old. And when I was 12, I even became a youth teacher. But even then, I did not at all realize the amount of work that was being put into it. That was until our lead adult volunteer had to move suddenly due to a job. And now, all that was left of Bala Gokulam's leadership team was a group of teenagers. And here was our situation. There was a loss of leadership, and we needed to take organization fast. And because we were the leadership team, it was up to us to take up that challenge. Now this was in July, and Bala Gokulam started in September with the school year. So before then, we had to come up with a curriculum, we had to get ourselves organized with teen, adult, and other volunteers, and we had to be able to make sure that we were all running a professional, organized schedule. So here were all the tasks. First, we needed to organize our team and determine the resources we had and we needed to have to run smoothly. Then, it seemed simple enough. We had to create a plan and execute. But obviously, it was much more challenging than just that. The first action that I took was that I assembled our group and we created a concise meeting schedule. Now this first meeting was just at my house in the basement with all of us sitting around a whiteboard, working to create a curriculum and organize all of our different needs and necessities. Then we started to recruit more students and volunteers. So for the first meeting, it was just a group of 5 students. But then we started to use our communication skills to go out and reach out into more of the community using social media like Facebook and also other messaging groups like WhatsApp and iMessages. And don't worry, by this time my parents had gotten me a phone, so that wasn't much of a challenge. Does anyone know what project management processing group this action belongs to? Remember, we all used our communication skills to go out and reach into the community and bring about more volunteers. Are there any ideas? Come on, I know you're all pros. Anyone? Okay, this show. Yes, you can take a chocolate. So after taking all of these steps and recruiting more volunteers, we started to create a curriculum. We planned our day-to-day activities and started creating smaller milestones that we could then build up to. First, we started out with the first month of Bala Gokulam, and we created our entire plan the month before. And we decided to continue to do this throughout the year. This made sure that we were able to plan for risks beforehand, so that we were proactive versus reactive. Now, does anyone know what project management processing group this action belongs to?
Not the shiny one.
For this, we were able to plan out our risks beforehand instead of waiting for them to happen. Risk management, yes. I don't know, you can all take a candy on your before you get out.
Everyone gets a candy.
Dish it.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
After this, we made sure to maintain close communication with our members so that everyone felt that they had a connection with our group. And so, with all these steps planned out, we started to take class with Bala Gokulam. At first, we weren't sure what to expect, and we were all a little bit nervous. But we had gained more youth volunteers, we had gained committed adult volunteers, and we had planned out our curriculum. so we were excited to see what it would all amount to. And it was amazing. Here were our results. On the first day of class, about 20 to 30 students showed up, and this was from outsourcing to connecting with previous youth that had been in Balagokulum, and also gaining more youth this year as well. We also started implementing different activities that we were all excited to be a part of, such as a storytelling competition and different arts and crafts. And here you can see some of the pictures from our events. We all took a lot from those first couple of weeks with Balagokulum, but the thing that I learned and loved the most was how I was able to help with other youth in our community, with other kids, people my sister's age. And instead of just being there and volunteering, I truly was able to make a connection with them and still hold that dear. And of course, I couldn't do this again with project management skills. So let me review. So with this, we talked about scope, human resource, time management, and also risk analysis. We talked about these while I was planning for our different activities at the very first meeting when we started to gain our group of volunteers with communication management. Next, we started planning for risks beforehand. And because of all of that, we were able to create such a meaningful experience for both us and the kids that we served. And so, Balagokulum is still an ongoing project, and it's still not over yet. And we will continue to follow these steps throughout the year. Today, I've told you about 3 stories. The first was with Akel Helping Hands, where I was able to first instill my love for community service in me and several other members of the group. This is where I first was able to connect using project management skills and community service. Next, I told you about the Unity Community Center, where I found my love for public speaking and leadership, and was able to learn more about project management using time, money, and human resource management. And finally, I told you about Balagokulum, where I was able to gain connections with so many of the kids that I served and other volunteers that I worked with. All of these 3 stories are different, and I learned different things through them. But the one thing that stays constant was how community service and project management helped to change my life and the lives of those around me. I started out as a 7-year-old, collecting bags for others in my community. But by using project management skills and participating in community service, I've been able to have such a meaningful impact on not only those around me, but myself as well. I've gained so many new skills. I've become so much more of a leader, and I've been able to have an impact on my community. I may only be 13 years old. I may only be 5 feet tall. But with community service and project management skills, I've been able to have an amazing impact on my community. You all know how to use project management skills in your work life. As we've seen, many of you answered questions today. But today, you have learned how you can use those skills to have a positive impact on the community as well. So I have a challenge for you today. Maybe even before you leave, start at the table you're sitting at and come up with one project that you might want to take forward. And don't stop there. Take it to work, at home, or any other organization you're a part of, and make it a reality, because I know you can. I know we can have an amazing impact on our community. So let's see what we can do to change the world. Let's see what we can do together using, I know you've been waiting, project management skills. Thank you.